Time skip. In India. Your flight landed in India. You got off the plane and after collecting your bag from arrivals you came outside the airport. You took a cab to your home. After a drive of 1 hour you reached to your house. You paid the fare and looked around the place and took a deep breath. It's been a total of 5 years since I came here but nothing had changed. Everything is still same. Then you goes towards the door and ring the bell and waited for door opening. After few minutes your aunt opened the door. She gave you an annoyed look like always and give you space to enter inside. You entered inside and suddenly someone came running to you and hugged you. I missed you I missed you too Saksham. It was your brother. He broke the hug and give you a cute smile. Why are you not at school Saksham, I want to spend time with you that's why. But missing school is not right so don't miss your school from tomorrow okay? Saksham, okay. Suddenly your aunt came and spoke. And, if you are done go and change and come to our room once you are done. She spoke in annoyed tone. Nodded. You went to your room and after changing went to your aunt's room. You knocked on the door and entered inside after hearing a come in. You entered in the room and saw your uncle and aunt sitting inside the room. Aunt you asked me to come. And, yes, me and your uncle had decided something for you. Confused, what? Uncle, we have decided to get you married. What? Slapped as soon as you heard your uncle's words you were in complete shock. You don't believe what you heard. And, yes, we have decided to get you married. They will come to see you tomorrow. But how can you both without even asking me? And, we don't need to ask you anything. You must follow what we have decides for you. But, uncle, do what we are saying otherwise there will be consequences. Your uncle spoke in threatening tone and you know what he means. He meant to hurt your brother. That you don't want. You quickly ran to your room. You shut the door of your room and start crying. How can they be so mean to me and Sash? We didn't do anything. I hate them. Mom, Dad, I miss you both. You kept on crying and finally fell asleep without even realizing. Meanwhile, with Jungkook. Jungkookff. After collecting my things from the arrivals I checked outside the airport. I sat in car with Taehyung. And my other companions sat in other cars and drove towards the hotel that we had booked. Taehyung, finally we are here in India. I am excited to visit the places here. You have to accompany me Jungkook. Jungkook, I had meetings. Taehyung, can't you have little time for your hung? Jungkook, yes, I don't. Taehyung, what a workaholic brat you are. Jungkook, Taehyung, what? Do you even know that how difficult it is for an idol to have holidays specially? Peaceful holidays. See I came here in disguise so that I can avoid media and paparazzi for some time. So of course I am gonna enjoy my life as a normal person for few days. Jungkook, yeah. Taehyung, you are still focused on laptop. Sometimes I think that your future wife will divorce you because of your work. When suddenly Taehyung mentioned marriage his mind went to the girl in the flight. He starts thinking about your cute squealing and blushing but then he shrugged his thoughts and slapped himself internally for such thoughts. Jungkook, you know that these marriage things really doesn't matters to me. Taehyung, yes Mr. Workaholic. Jungkook thought why did I suddenly thought about that girl? Would ever leave it. After some time they reached the hotel and went to receptionist. Receptionist, hello, how may I help you? Jungkook, hello, I have booked 2 room here in the name of Jungkook. Can you please check? Receptionist, sure sir. She checked something on her computer and then spoke. Receptionist, yes sir. Here are your room's keys. Hope you have happy stay. Jungkook, thank you. Then they both went to the floor on which their room was. Jungkook gave one room key to Taehyung and spoke. Jungkook, this is your room key. Get ready fast. Taehyung, why you? Deep sigh, is it necessary to work so early in the morning like we just landed? Aren't we supposed to take rest? Jungkook, you have 15 minutes for getting ready otherwise you can say bye to your beautiful holidays Mr. Idol and I mean it. After saying that in monotone Jungkook left from there and went to his room. Taehyung, yeah, that's bullying. You are my boss but you can't bully me like this. This is unfair. You can't blackmail be using my holidays. He is meanie. Taehyung complains against his best friend cum boss but little did Jungkook care. Taehyung, come on Taehyung get ready otherwise he will cancel your holidays. My beautiful holidays which I dreamt to spend on beach are now going to be spent in boring meetings. Who the hell had this idea of being his manager to escape paparazzi? I regret my decision, crying in. Gucci. After 15 minutes Jungkook came out in the lobby in his formal attire. Taehyung also came out after few minutes. Jungkook, so, what's my schedule? Taehyung, yeah, here it is. Taehyung spoke while showing him iPad. Jungkook took iPad in his hand and after checking schedule spoke. Jungkook, okay, let's go. Taehyung, yeah. Taehyung spoke uninterestingly cursing the moment he decided to be Jungkook's manager to escape paparazzi. Whole day Jungkook and Taehyung were busy in attending meetings. Time skip. Next day. You wake up from your sleep. You didn't even realize when you slept while crying. All the things that your uncle and aunt spoke about marriage starts playing in your mind. Suddenly someone barged inside your room. You looked towards the door and found your aunt standing there with disgusted look. She put something on the bed and spoke. Aunt, I told you yesterday that we had decided your marriage and today he is coming to see you. So look presentable in front of him. Wear this, she pointed towards the clothes she put on bed. Do you hear me? You didn't spoke anything. Suddenly she grabbed your hand tightly making you wince in pain. You looked at her only to meet her angry gaze. And, you dare to ignore me, you useless girl. This is the first and last time you had done this. If you ignore me again I will show you and your brother hell. Understand? She jerked your hand and left. You hate this. You hate being weak, but you can't do anything. Because you care about your brother more than yourself. You had no choice but to get ready. You went inside the room and get ready. Your look. After getting ready, you just sat on the bed until you heard the door of your room opening. Your aunt came into the room with a smile plastered on her face. Aunt, why, and let's go, they are already here. She spoke in gentle and calm with that fake smile on her face. You really wanted to give her Oscar for her acting skills. She came near you and start correcting you clothes a little and spoke along. Aunt, don't try to do anything funny downstairs. Just say yes, otherwise you can see your brothers. Life being hell. Also, don't try to be over smart. Also, smile a bit, don't look like a corpse. She spoke in threatening tone with the same smiling face. You really wanted to run away from her. To somewhere where no one can find you but your brother. You came downstairs with your aunt only to find a man in his 50s sitting on the sofa. You thought, he is Groom's father, so you didn't think very much about him. Your aunt made you sit in front of that old man. Uncle, she is YN and YN, he is your soon-to-be husband. As soon as your uncle completed his words, you felt utter shock. YN thought, how can they marry me to someone twice the age of mine? How can they be so much cruel to their own brother's daughter? How? You were so shocked that you don't even know what to speak, what to think, and how to feel. You felt anger, disgust, sadness broken all at the same time. You looked up to look at his face. He was an old man much older than your uncle. Just by looking at him makes you uncomfortable. His gaze is going up and down on you, which you didn't like even a bit, and you know that this person is really not someone who has good temperament for females. He disgusts you, but what disgust you more is you being weak. Old man, so, should I take it as yes? Old man spoke with smirk plastered all the face. But before you can say anything, your aunt spoke. Aunt, of course, it's yes. Right, YN. Shish gave you a threatening look, and you know what that look means, so you spoke. YN, yes. Old man, okay then, let's do this marriage next week. Uncle, of course, no problem. Only you know how badly you wanted to say no, but you can't. YN thought, this is all happening because they threatened me with my brother. But since I can't say no to marriage, I will just take this chance to get my brother away from them. Even though I have to sacrifice myself in no ways, I am going to let them have any way to blackmail me again. You thought to yourself and spoke. I have no problems with this marriage, but I have one condition.